man?
What's happening? What's going on, everybody? WayneTech Live with no Wayne. No Wayne. We just got the tech.
We got just tech today. It's
So
okay.
it's Tech's Kingdom. It's Tech's Kingdom.
Wayne had some things going on. He's there's some new stuff going on, and so he usually doesn't mind going on the road and doing stuff, but he happened to forget some key components of his computer. If you've seen some of his TikToks recently, he did explain some of that. So all good, no problem. We'll keep, especially since we weren't on last week because of Christmas, because of Halloween.
Halloweeny.
We had to put on for today.
Hey, you can always shout out to your man. I got you. Always got you, man. What's going on? We might lose a little production value. Now that we're over here. I mean, where's the scroller? Where's the music? Let's go. It's got to be a party. Jason Kingdom's in the house. Music.
We just kind of like wing it typically.
We're winging it.
We always just kind of wing it.
No Kingdom takeover. Don't make me hit the metal. I'll pump in the metal. Then we'll be doomed. We'll get shut down.
Yeah, we always just kind of roll with it. And I know not. I appreciate some of you that are over there. I know
No,
I don't do as much Funko Pops anymore and stuff like that. But I think, like I said, since we talk more pop culture stuff like that, it's a little bit different. So, and which we do have some. It was different because typically Wayne is the one that typically comes up with the topics to talk about each week, and I'm maybe throwing a few here and there. But I had to come up early today and try to come up with some topics, and we're gonna scroll through some Funko stuff and talk some new things, but we're also gonna go off base a little bit more and what's going on in the pop culture style of world. A lot of ranting stuff like that, but we'll see where we get.
Love a good rant.
Anyways, Chase, thank you very much for coming on. Short notice, we greatly appreciate it.
Anytime, man. You know that. Anytime.
So I see you still trying to work on the background.
I'm in the new kingdom. So look at my beautiful new kingdom. It's beautiful, right? No, I've I've bought a couple bookshelves to add to the bookshelves that I already have. But it is it's man, I never realized 3,000 over 3,000 Funko to up and move them is a task. Of course, being the content creator that I am, I should have filmed it all. You ain't got time for no filming.
Not when you're moving. It's just too much to do.
Yeah, way too much. But I did learn Saran wrap is your friend. Let me tell you. Because when your Funkos are 3 deep in a bookshelf, the whole bookshelf full, just Saran wrap it and move it. It's so much easier.
It's not a bad idea.
I'm just saying, because I ran out of money trying to buy Rubbermaid containers to throw all these Funko in.
Oh yeah, imagine, and that could be a lot of containers. I mean, I even behind my desk, I've got a lot of bigger stuff. The boxes for all the stuff that I got out of boxes, and we bought 3 containers at Costco couple weeks ago, so I could put them back there and try to organize behind my desk a little bit.
Sure,
it didn't go very far because boxes, some of these Funko boxes are just weird sizes, stuff like that.
Oh yeah, that
doesn't really fill up a container as it should.
No, I still have 2 bookshelves Saran wrapped. I have not even cut them open, so it's one of those things where I just kind of stack and pack and.
So, right now, did you move very far from where you were at originally?
Nah, that's the thing. I mean, couldn't have been 10 minutes from where I previously lived. So thankfully, I didn't have to go very far. But with that much stuff, a lot of trips.
Moving definitely sucks. I mean, we had 1 year. I mean, I've been out here in Florida for about 11 years now, and we had of course moved from Vegas to here, and that was an experience. But after that. We bounced around for a couple of years there because, we went to one place, we were there for 2 years, and then we moved down into Lakeland. And then, we spent 1 year in Lakeland, then we moved back up to the area that we actually were in. And then we were there for about 3 years, and we finally moved into this house. So just in the 11 years, I've moved 3 times.
Oh,
moving sucks.
It sucks. The only good thing I could say is I've definitely been able to downsize, you know, like the amount of crap that I own. So it's like each time you move, you kind of lose a little bit.
You
So
definitely realize how much stuff you accumulate and
yeah,
how much
exactly.
you really don't need a lot of the stuff.
I signed 1 year lease, so so a lot of it's got to go. So mystery boxes coming, and they are coming soon, really fast, like really fast. Because I spent over $7,000 just to move. Like moving's not cheap either these days. So yeah, I'm gonna be looking to cut my over 3,000 Funko down to half at least.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be doing some mystery box runs. So I'll be announcing that this Saturday on Morning Brew time and day. So you can want to stay tuned for that because I got some fire from at least 5 to 6 years back. So
I
it's gonna be
I'm
good.
trying to remember the last time I actually, well, no, I'm trying to remember the last Funko I even bought, but I think it was something I ordered online. I don't remember anymore. But we did go down. We got one. Minnie kind of screwed it up, but when we were out at Disney this past
Hello,
weekend,
that's
I took my you know,
nice.
got it nicely signed. This was probably the better one out of it was the Mickey one, which turned out to be pretty good. Minnie,
That's awesome.
I could tell this person isn't used to signing Funko Pop, so he kind of screwed it up and signed on the bottom.
No, okay, you got the
It was,
box.
a little weird there, but it's all right. We're starting to collect some signed characters and stuff like that. So, unfortunately,
I've never seen that.
I've got a lot of Marvel. I would love to get Marvel signed, but unfortunately, we can't have Marvel up here in Disney World.
Oh,
They get it
shame.
down. They get it down in Disneyland, in which I would probably get a lot of
That's
stuff signed then. But it's all right.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely going to be slowing down on my purchases, and especially because I mean we can rant definitely about some Funko happenings because they are just, whew. I thought it, I thought it was going to get bad, but it's gotten real bad as far as the community knows. We all know the shipping on this last metal box. I feel bad for Mama J. I don't know if you heard that whole story. She ordered all 4 mascots, got the same mascot 4 times.
Mm.
3 of the boxes were just garbage, damaged, just product. Try fighting with them to get a refund. Yeah, fun.
I think this is why I don't really a lot of times,
They
to be
don't care.
honest with you
They don't
guys,
care.
a lot of this Funko news I hear when I do the show. To be honest with you, it's kind of
Like,
the first time I'm hearing it.
glad you're out.
And I don't really
Right?
focus on it. I mean, the downside is, I was going back and forth with Candyman. In fact, I know he doesn't come on very often. He kind of stays
He
pretty
pops
busy on
in
the
every
West
once in a
Coast.
while.
But
Yeah.
I was having a conversation with him last night because he was asking me some questions because there's of course a lot of fake stuff going around, and the fake stuff just it really just kind of annoys me, and
So stupid.
if you think Funko's bad, it just
Ooh.
trying to listen to this stuff at Disney, a multi-billion-dollar corporation, and
Right.
of course everybody wants to make stuff up to get clicks and views because
Oh, yeah.
they don't want
Hot
to be
news.
truthful and honest.
Hot news. Yeah, no.
Especially I think he had sent me a thing yesterday. I think on my video, I did put out a video. Was it Sunday? I've got like 4 more in
Okay.
the chamber to eventually do. And the nice part is a little
Nice.
side note.
Nice.
It's cool because it's taken me all weekend. I finally got a new computer. Um,
Okay.
I upgraded my MacBook finally,
Oh, snap.
and I got a good deal. So it's got the M2 chip in it. Very happy.
Snipe.
Editing is so much faster now. It's great, but it's taking a little while to get reset up.
Sure.
But so I've got some videos in there. Of course, nobody's really watched the newest video, but that's okay. I'm not. I don't do it solely just to get views, and I do it because I enjoy it. But
Right.
he had said something, made a comment, and I didn't even hear anything about this until he said it, and I looked it up. And there's a bunch of nonsense people, I guess I'm going to say. He had asked me, he said something of, you should make a comment or do a video on the whole Disney World closing. So I hear this, I'm like, what are you talking about? And there's not a chance in hell. And so there's literally TikToks out there, people talk about Disney World closing, and get this,
God.
it gets even worse.
So
They're saying they're
bad.
closing because down in the Disney World tunnels. Of course, you know it's the whole aluminum foil hat conspiracy theories that there's sex trafficking going on
Secret
down
tunnels,
there.
Illuminati.
I'm sorry, but to burst all of your bubbles for the few people that actually watch my show, that does not happen. It will
No.
not happen. It does not happen. And I think it pisses me off a little bit because of the sole fact of, and this is what I told him, this really annoys me when people do this and make this stuff up just for clicks and views. Is I find Disney to be a place of happiness. You know, it's
Oh.
given me a lot of happiness in my life. It's given, you know, my family a lot of happiness. There's people like Paging Mr. Morrow who found solace after his divorce, you know, in going to Disney, and that's how he started and became a YouTuber into that area. So Disney helped him through a rough time, and stuff like that. And Disney has brought so many so much joy to children around the
Mhm.
world. Again, it's not thinking the badness of things, but you know, to have people sit here and throw crap like
Yes.
that, just absolute crap. It's just it gets
it,
annoying.
it gets some clicks. That's what they care about. That's what they care about. Gets me clicks, and then I can start some things, and somebody's going to disagree, and then we're going to have this whole back and forth with a complete stranger. People love that. They just spoon feed it to them all day, every day. It's horrible. It's
I
horrible.
guess because there's so
So
many people out there that
it's
like
ridiculous.
that thrive on the fact of the conspiracy theory, you know, the
Sure.
wild off stories that, you know, it got to be true because they're so wild out there. No, they don't have to be true, and they're not true, and that's a frustrating part. We live in a real weird world. I'll give you that.
Simon, fire the cannons. I'm telling you, man, with the Funko thing though, like they're trying their best to stay that bright, happy company. But they told us last year we're gonna slow production, less
Yeah,
characters, less this, less that. What have they done? Ramped it up. From what I'm seeing, they've ramped it up. Gold never went away. Now we're going to give you a Tony Stark gold. Ooh, everybody's chasing. That sold for $100,000. Everybody's freaking out over that. Bitty pops. I mean, I can go on and on and on.
I think
The
bitty
li-
pops are creative
I
aspect.
like the bitty pops. Some people hate them.
I think that's a new
Ah,
market to get into. I think the Tony Stark thing is kind of a shot in the dark
there's your biddies.
of trying to save a
I like
dying
them,
brand. To be honest with you, I
but
think
there'll be more.
that's what the entire thing is with that.
What's the newest
Um,
product you can think that they've dropped? I mean,
well,
remember
there is
candy
one I'm
pops?
going to
You
bring up
know,
that I did think was quite interesting. You know, but again, it goes back to what I've said. I think they have too many different brands, and I
too
think
many.
they need to pretty much help sell off
Slow
most of them.
down.
You know, keep your two biggest, keep your Funko lines, and keep your lounge flies. Get rid of everything else. Stop the games, stop the watches, stop the, you know, all
Yeah.
this other crap that you
Build the
guys keep
hype
coming
again.
up with.
Because
You
some
know,
people like Mama J and quite a few that I've heard, they're like, I'm almost like pretty much out. Like you. Like I'm unless it's something I'm really, really into, I'm out. I'm
and
out.
yeah, I think that's the thing with me is I found more fun in collecting Funko, not being, you know, a hardcore. Not to say that's bad or anything, but you know, the fact that I can just go and buy, you know, the items I want, you know, type thing,
Right.
and I think that there's a different level of enjoyment as a collector being that way than, you know, because people don't realize you being doing YouTube and doing a Funko channel. I mean, you got to get a lot of stuff that you just don't want
Sure. Sure.
when you do mystery boxes and stuff. I mean, hell, I've got my X-Men 97 box sitting now over here on the floor, still sucking as it was, and I didn't say anything about it, but it does suck.
See, I haven't even shot the video yet. You tell me it sucks already.
It's
But
a
I'm an
horrible
X-Men fan,
box.
so hopefully don't tell me I'm trying to avoid all spoilers.
There was a good opportunity, and they effed it
And
up.
they effed it up. Of course, that's what Funko does. That's what they do. They don't listen to the fans. I don't get it. Is there a suggestion box? Can we get a suggestion box? Because whoever's sitting at the table is like, you know what? We need to go full force on the new Barbie line because the movie's about to drop. Let's put out 20 characters. What? What? Now everything's on Target clearance. Everything's on Hot Topic clearance. Walgreens, everybody. I think Walgreens is done.
There's also I think
They
there's
didn't
also a
resign.
lot of I think
They
there's
didn't
also a
resign.
lot of merchandisers like Walmart that is starting to pull out.
Walmart, I've seen that. I'd same pops there for 7 months. Nothing new. I'm like, they haven't resigned for another batch. The newest stores that are carrying Five Below, 7-Eleven. I see more new pops there than I do anywhere. I mean, other than your typical Hot Topic and
Target's
Barnes
still
and Noble
doubling
and
on theirs with their little events that they
Box
have.
Lunch, but they did something where they get a cheaper deal if they sign long term. So
Yeah.
I'll sign for a 5-year deal versus Walmart where they're like, whatever, we don't care about saving the money. We'll just do year by year. So a lot of them are going to be gone. We're not going to be able to get. Oh, and then it's going to be sad. It's going to be sad because we're not going to get the stuff we want and the stuff that made us come to love Funko.
Well, before we get into looking at some of the stuff that we got coming around, let's hit up some of these people in the chat.
Get up the chat. Let's go.
We, of course, had Mr. Zach Bonifer in the house to start off. We got Miss Christina Payne in the house. What's going on? Appreciate you stopping on by. We have Mama J in the house. Appreciate you stopping on by.
Yeah.
We've got our good friend and our smart ass, Mr. Quick Draw McGraw.
I need my effects.
We got bees popping in the house. What's going on? We got Mr. Simon Crook from the Great White North. Appreciate you stopping on by.
Cannons.
And that's about what we got so far. If there's people in here, just throw down a chat. We'll throw that up there for you.
What's up?
But I think I was going to, and I had them both up. I was looking at Funko's Instagram, and I was looking at
Wayne's here. Don't worry, Wayne's here. He's here. He's just chilling in the background.
He's back there too, with the green head. So I was looking at Instagrams, and Funko's Instagram sucks. So I was like, screw this. We ain't bringing this one up. We are actually going to look at Mr. Dish Trackers.
Tracker, let's go.
This one I think is kind of interesting because, of course, he gets a bunch of different things. Of course, I'm going to start something outside of Funko. McDonald's Happy Meals.
That's a lot of characters. That's what I noticed.
No, mind you, Disney, of course, just celebrated in October their official 100th anniversary.
Yeah,
and this is going to be kind of cool because this is a lot of different characters. They're just little statues of the characters on pedestals, but they're kind of cool. And there's a lot of different ones to collect.
See, that is going to be a task to get the full line of characters.
I agree.
Like, oh my goodness, that's a lot of cheeseburgers. That's a lot of Happy Meals.
Exactly. But I think it's cool. And it's
smart move.
What the character actually looked like. So a bunch of smaller little characters, stuff like that.
Yeah, just little.
I think they're kind of flat too. It kind of looks like from here. But you got like Mando. He's riding in his
dig the Ant-Man.
You got Ant-Man in there. You got Olaf. This is just some of the many in the line. Quick draw, yes. Disney could be celebrating obesity, but McDonald's is a big brand, so you got to get it where you can, to promote. And this is, of course, some more. But getting into the Funko stuff, of course, Funko or Target, as we said, is doing their what the hell are they doing now?
How many Eddies?
Target, fun something or other. I don't remember. Now this one I think
each
cool.
week.
Yeah, each week, and you can automatically already assume next week's Spider-Man or Batman. But this one I think is cool, to be honest. And being a Stranger Things fan, now if they have that background as a backdrop, I think it would be cooler. I'm also a Dungeons and Dragons. This is going to hit on two different levels. One,
the D&D fan,
the Stranger Things fans,
the D&D
D&D fans
for sure.
I mean,
but unnecessary.
How the hell we get the balloons? Am I the only one that saw that?
I saw it on the other screen. I was looking up watching the feed. I just saw you. Somebody gave you balloons.
How the hell? What in the hell was that?
Wayne trying to come in, hit you with some balloons.
I've never seen that in my life.
I don't have that access.
I don't even know what it is. He's not in here. We see him somewhere, but
we're being punked somehow.
I don't know how the hell that happened.
We can give you hearts. We can. There's no balloons over here though.
What is that?
Balloons taking Eddie Munson on his table playing D&D by himself. Oh, way. It's just gone. Like that too many Eddies, man. And that was Eddie.
Absolutely the weirdest thing I had. There is a lot of Eddies. But
is Eddie the new Fluffy? Is he the new Fluffy? Is that what we're saying? Because, okay, first off, the comic, is it a comic cover? Is it a movie cover? No, I think you saw that, right?
It's a deluxe, but it should be like a movie moment.
I mean, you got him in blue. It's the name of the episode. There's another one where he's kind of blue and he's looking up, and now there's 3 different.
Yes, I did say the same mold of him. There's the upside down version.
Enough with the Eddie. We should have just had the awesome Eddie and leave it alone.
Coming from a Stranger Things fan, the one thing I can appreciate about this is to some extent. Okay, at least this one is probably the only one. Different from Mr. Darth Vader, who's pretty much the same exact thing over and over again. At least it's got a different outfit, different setup, different look to it. So at least if we're gonna,
you don't have his hat and the guitar.
He doesn't have his bandana and his guitar, and he's got his D&D set. I'm all over this. I'm a fan.
Now, if it was a build set where you could have them around the table playing the D&D, brilliant.
That could be interesting.
That would be amazing. Shawarma, I mean,
yeah, it just wasn't. I have a couple of them. It still just wasn't good display.
No, I'm not a fan of the scenes, and I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, and the whole Spider-Man scene with the Statue of Liberty looks great.
Oh yeah,
but
that's a better display piece.
I've got the Avengers all in the circle. I put them together. I can't display this anywhere. They're all in this. They're all in their boxes.
Yeah,
chilling on a shelf. That's why I'm just not a fan of that. I'm just not a fan of that. And then you got one mold where looks awesome. New scene. Well, it's the moment where all the things are coming. Him and the other kid are on the trailer. That thing was huge.
Mm-hmm.
It's giant. And now we're going to condense that down and just use that pop and sell that.
Yeah.
See, the problem with Funko is they're like, oh, Eddie hit hard. Everybody bought it up. Let's make more. No, move on. Move on.
As a Stranger Things fan, I'm a fan. I want them, but I think it depends on what you're into collecting.
I'm not a fan of them doing multiple scenes with the same character from the one season, so it's like do one, maybe 2 max, wait for the next season, then put out a couple more, make it that way. But now it seems like you're just trying to hit while the iron's hot. Funko, they're going to overload the market. Don't buy it now. There'll be plenty 6, 7, 8 months from now, cheaper, half off. I mean,
that's true.
They're kind of destroying themselves. I still not been able to find these.
Speaking of new collection, don't forget starting this month, you have the new series, Rise of the Floodborn. It's supposed to be coming out I think this Friday to all game stores, game shops, small shops, stuff like that, and it's supposed to drop to the big retailers in 2 weeks. So I may try to keep an eye out for some out at Disney Springs. Because I know they did release some, but we'll see.
I'll try again, just like the last time. It's very doubtful that I'll be able to get my hands on any of those cards. And did you?
I
if
have
you
not
look,
been able to get any myself.
bro, go on Facebook and just punch in the name card trade and sell, and you'll find a group, and it'll blow your freaking mind. Those cards are going 50, 70, 80, 100, $200. Some of these cards. Same with the Funko cards. The card community is still rocking and rolling.
Oh yeah,
So
the trading card community is not going anywhere.
there it is.
Now this of course is the Netflix shop
hate
exclusive.
Hate it.
Hold on. This is a brand new sticker though. If you are a sticker junkie, this is a brand new sticker that we have not gotten before.
A Netflix sticker.
As this is a Netflix shop, which to be honest with you, I didn't even know Netflix had a shop.
Right? Nobody did. Yeah. Hey, nice shirt. Yeah, just got it from Netflix. All it says is Netflix. Got it from the shop.
Who actually knew Netflix had a shop? But,
right.
I like the premise of this, of course, it being that he's in the Upside Down, he's playing the guitar, he's got the little swarm guys coming. I mean,
it's the mini version of the big one, right?
Sort of, yeah.
I mean, it looks identical to what's going on with that big scene.
But I would probably be more inclined to get this one if I found it than I would be on the D&D.
Maybe that's what it was. They put out all those big ones. They didn't sell out. It took a while. And then they were like, well, what if we made it mini?
Yeah, really.
Just I would have rather they not done that because I'm not even a fan of the color. The color looks weird. I understand.
Well, no, it's because it's supposed to be in the Upside Down. So
right.
I think that's why I like it, to be honest with you. But that's just me. Now, dude, are you gonna go for the 18-inch?
So many friends hit me up. Did you get it? Did you go for it? I didn't. I love me some Loki. I am all about Asgard and the gods and all of it, but I just know for a fact that I'm not going to have to spend that amount of money on it. I'll wait. That's how Funko has got. We used to have fear of missing out. Now we have no fear. That's still there. I think it's still available, correct? I mean, a pretty
but I think
chat, correct me if I'm wrong.
A lot of times you can sit back on these 18 inches because I remember when I think the Mickey Mouse and one of the one I think might have been Iron Man.
Costco.
They ended up at Costco.
Yeah, that's Costco for like $60.
Yeah. Now so, I gotta.
I really want it though. I really do.
I gotta get your impression. Now this is of course a Loungefly, but this is a pet accessory Loungefly set.
I love them.
This is interesting. You get a collar, you get a bag, you get a leash, and of course we've got Spider-Man and Loki here, and I think there's some more here. Here you go. You got like Stitch, Loki, you got Darth Vader, you got Winnie the Pooh, you got Ewoks. I think this is kind of cool.
The Death Star bag. That's pretty awesome. I'm huge Spidey. The collars. If I have
collars, I'm for just the collars alone.
That's I'm like the collars are just awesome. That's just cool. They threw the pets in there. Not a fan of the Pooh and the Stitch. Like I get it though.
Stitch being my daughter's a huge Stitch fan. That one I could see. If she wanted to get one for our dog, that's the one I could see she's gonna get.
Sure. And I've seen I have a Vader Loungefly. This is basically his chest. So it's got the little square pad on there and everything. It's, dude, great quality. I can't hate on some Loungefly, man. I just can't. I just can't. And they're extending their line to pets. So
hey, I think that. But see, again, you stay with the Loungefly name. You stick with the Loungefly name. It's gotten really good.
High quality
and expand it. I'm okay with this.
Yeah. First gator friend. Maybe the Florida Panther that roams around over here. I'll throw a Spidey collar on him. Just gotta wrangle him up.
Now, of course, we got. I don't know what Yellow Jackets is. Never heard of it.
Oh, you did not watch that?
I don't know what Yellow Jackets is.
Okay, so it's a show. I'll try not to spoil it. Let's see. It's a show about a soccer team, a female soccer team that crash lands in the deep, deep forest. And you know what happens when you're hungry? There you go. That's the story. Go check it out on, I do believe it's a Netflix show. You can find it. Google it. It's really good. great actresses that play the roles of the characters in, and I do believe it's
Mama J says it was based on a real story.
yeah, like it's really good. What's the name of the actress that she hasn't done anything in quite a while. Oh man, not Julia Roberts. Somebody help me out. Somebody help me out. She was with Woody Harrelson. They played the crazy couple. I can't remember her damn name for some reason.
I can't get it in my head right now. Yeah, no worries.
Mama
well, if check out the show if it's something interesting. Again,
great. I'm surprising that it's very surprising they did the pops, because they, like I said, they said they were going to back off on certain lines of things. So now you're just doing anything that's popular.
Now, of course, we've got more Disney, but there's a lot of Disney fans that have actually been waiting for something like this. Of course, Robin Hood, based off the animated. I mean, Robin Hood's been done many times. Is of course the classic Disney version, and I think a lot of people have been wanting, because of course that's since they did the Prince John
the Robin Hood soda, Fox, Prince John.
Yeah, they did the sodas, so they've never actually done the pops, so, or at least not that I've seen. But you got all the main characters. Of course, we got Little John, we got Robin Hood, we got Maid Marian, we got Sheriff Nottingham, Friar Tuck, and of course Prince John.
Disney always sells well with Funko, so like they know it's going to sell. They won't overproduce this because it's going to be there's no exclusives.
Yeah,
they only overproduce the exclusives. Do you notice that?
Yeah,
Juliette Lewis.
Okay, there you go.
She's really good.
So if you are, I don't even know if they did this last year, to be honest with you. But I know in past years, GameStop has always had like a mystery box of sorts, and this year they are whether they're bringing it back. I don't remember them doing it last year, but
the year before for sure.
At least a year before. Can't remember if they did it last year. I remember there was one year they had a really cool one, and it was based off of the Disney 90s afternoon cartoon. So it had like Tailspin characters and DuckTales, all that stuff, which was really cool. I thought it was cool. But this year, of course, is Deadpool. Looks like you're gonna have 4 different Deadpools. Snow Day, Scuba Deadpool. Oh, he's in a shark. He's in the mouth of a shark. We've
Summer Deadpool.
Yeah, we've got Deadpool Bunny, and we've got Pumpkin Spice Deadpool.
This is some seasons, I guess. Summer, winter, fall.
Summer. Yeah, winter, summer, spring, and fall.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like. I'd see that's a stretch though, too. Like, come on, man.
If you're a guy like Wayne, who's a big Deadpool fan, this is probably pretty cool, and I'm pretty sure he'll probably grab some of these. These are going to be. I guess it says it. When did this get posted? Oh, it got posted 1 hour ago, and it says it releases tomorrow, and it retails for $29.99.
Yeah. So.
Which, speaking of this, and I think this pretty much was the last thing.
It's horrible, dude.
Speaking of this, were you ever the type that was a Black Friday shopper?
No, honestly, no.
See, in me and my wife's early years, we were not a Black Friday shopper, and then we had one year when we were living in Las Vegas. We had my wife's sister and my brother-in-law come out, and he was kind of a Black Friday shopper, so we went out on Black Friday, saw the craziness, and it was something cool. You get some good deals, stuff like that, but sometimes it was about the craziness that was so enticing. And of course, then everything has always been normal. It was the night of Thanksgiving. It was always something for us to kind of go do.
Right.
And COVID hit and
screwed
that whole thing up. So I've been noticing lately that a lot of retailers are doing like an all month long Black Friday. Black Friday if it's all month long.
No, it's not an initial day where people are getting trampled when the doors open. That's what I remember Black Friday being
Well,
like on the news every
yeah.
time.
And the thing is too, it's
No,
like
it ain't like that.
it was always a day that me and my wife kind of we would go out, we get majority of our Christmas shopping started,
Yeah, yeah.
and things like that. And we go out and do it. Maybe even, there's some stuff that we wanted for ourselves that
What?
we've been waiting because sometimes we wait on, hey, I need a new TV for the living room.
I did
I'll
get
wait
a
till Black
new
Friday.
I think it was PlayStation 2 during Black
Yeah.
Friday. It was like in the line waiting.
But
Yeah, I
I
did.
don't know. I kind of honestly miss the traditional old school Black Friday, to be honest with you.
Now it's Black Friday on my computer. And I'm like, okay, log in.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah, you don't have to do anything.
yeah. I mean, it's not. Yeah, no, I did that, but they're still pushing, and everybody's and as you said, it's Black Friday. You're like, wait a minute, ain't that in like 3 weeks?
Yeah, it's like, wait, that's supposed to be after Thanksgiving. What the
What do
hell?
you mean?
Why are we
No,
talking about that
they're going
now?
right now. So for the next 2 weekends until Black Friday or whatever, yeah, there's deals. There's deals. And for me, the reason mainly why I never got into Black Friday, it always comes when I don't expect it and I never have money.
Oh yeah.
I
See,
never have the money to spend on
that's
Black
my
Friday.
problem with Prime Days in the past. Whenever Prime Days, because it's cool, Prime
Comes up,
Days,
you're
you get some
like, oh
good
shit,
deals,
I forgot.
and then they always do it on a Tuesday or
Yeah.
a Wednesday. It's like,
Yeah.
man, I get paid on Thursday. What
Yeah.
the hell? Why
Still
can't
trying
you
to
do it on like Thursday,
get a
Friday?
Wii.
I think if you did it Thursday and Friday, I guarantee you would make more sales.
Exactly. Fighting for a Wii. Mama Chase. That's what I said. It's always for one item. Like, I'm gonna go get this badass TV so I can watch football. It's Black Friday, where TVs are half off. Yeah, good luck with that. It's not happening. There's no
Now, one
giant
other little bit of
thing in your future.
announcement for some of you guys, if you guys are thinking of trying to go for next year, but San Diego Comic-Con open
Mhm.
registration is happening on November 18th. Queues will open up at 8 a.m. If you've ever tried to go to Comic-Con, or even seeing the things, people, it will sell out. It does every single time. And again, or
Get your
maybe I don't know.
badge.
Well, I think it's gonna. I think it because I think since last year was kind of mediocre to be a certain extent. I mean, people that went still had a blast from what I heard, but so many of the big, networks and brands dropped out because of the whole strike thing going on. So hopefully this will bring people back. But if you're looking to get a San Diego Comic Con attendee badge, go ahead and get on there. I don't think it's saying how much they are. I don't remember. It's
No. That's
usually,
why I love how they throw that in there
yeah,
for badge pricing.
yeah.
So we got like 7 tiers.
Let's see. Of course, you can't click it, but
No.
again, you go on, check it out. Best of luck if
Yes.
you are trying to get a Comic Con badge. Now, speaking of TV shows, I know we were talking about one thing. Were you ever a Game of Thrones fan?
Oh yeah. Loved it. Skipped the first 2 seasons. Popped in about, I don't know, mid-season, we'll say season 3, and then was sold I even liked the last one. Everybody hated. I was like, more dragons. And then the new stuff dropped, and
I think I've watched like 2 episodes of the first season, and I can't get into it. I
it's
just
hard. Yeah, too much storyline. I think honestly, I'm not, like I said, I'm not a huge Game of Thrones fan, but I do have a lot of Game of Thrones knowledge. But it's after the first couple seasons, because I did the same thing. I tried to jump in. I was late to the game. I was like, this isn't really good. And my buddy, a friend of mine's like, man, just skip the first, just go to this episode. And it was season 3. And okay, now we're rolling, because I'm all about the like, let's battle and just the political side was more, I think, in season 1 and 2, which I was just not down with all that political jargon. It was just, I want to see battles with dragons.
yeah.
Let's go. So yeah, my suggestion, if you haven't jumped into any Game of Thrones, just skip the first couple seasons, and you'll get right into it, because it definitely picks up the pace, let's say.
I do feel I need to give it again another chance.
I
Think
would.
give it a couple chances, but I think I need to just sit through it. But anyways, with that, if you are a Game of Thrones fans, we're hearing mixed reactions. Of course, there is a Game of Thrones Jon Snow, I guess TV show that had come out on the HBO exclusive. I guess which would be HBO Max. I'm assuming. Or Max. Yeah. No, it's just Max now. That's right.
Just Max.
It's just Max. But apparently it's getting very poor reviews, to be honest with you.
They're expecting way too much.
And I think that's what it is they're not giving it the opportunity to be itself. They're comparing it too much to other things in there.
That's the thing. They're hoping like it's a prequel or something to that effect, and it's not. It's a different aspect, so it's almost like guest directing. You get that a lot with like The Walking Dead, which was great about the show The Walking Dead, was they always had different directors shooting certain episodes. So you didn't get used to a certain way of shooting, and it was always something kind of fresh and new going on. So that's kind of what kept me going with The Walking Dead. Huge horror fan. That immediately I'm sold. But if it would have just been one director, let's say, I probably wouldn't have, held on to the show as long as I have. Like, I'm still into The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead.
Same with Game of Thrones. The second spinoff that Game of Thrones has had. Then they do House of Dragon.
House of the Dragons is kind of a prequel to Game of Thrones. So because that was the whole thing. We got all the stories about the battles with the dragons, and you got all the stories during Game of Thrones. So everybody was like clamoring for it. Well, we need to see all these dragons and how this all happened. So that's kind of what the House of Dragons is, pretty much a prequel to Game of Thrones. So that's why this is so probably disappointing.
Now with Jon Snow, since
the family
I haven't seen any of them, but didn't everyone tell me that in the last season they killed everybody? So isn't technically Jon Snow dead?
He's undead. Like, how can I explain it? He was dead and then brought back to life. So yeah, he is technically dead. So everybody technically died, but he was brought back to life by witchcraft. So that's the great thing about fantasy,
you can spin it off 1,000 different ways.
Right. Yeah. The king, the man who was to be king.
Yeah,
Jon Snow.
Well, we'll see. If you are a Game of Thrones fan, definitely. I would love to hear your perspective, because I just don't know. I can't say a lot. I mean, I guess that would be if saying like Stranger Things is doing a spinoff. It's just not going to work for me. So right. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of hard.
You just take one character from the show and be like, this is actually what happens to him later on. 10 years later, he's got kids. Then all of a sudden he thinks life's just grand. And all of a sudden,
and he dies.
The upside down happens. And then next thing you know, he's fighting to keep his kids alive, and and then he dies. But then he's brought back to life. So that's why everybody's so like, really? You're going to throw the Jon Snow thing? Because everybody loved Jon Snow.
Now, of course, we know that within, the great part I think we have about the shows we watch today, are, luckily I think the writers finally struck a deal with the networks, and they're going back to work. I think the actors are still fighting on their part, so I think there's a lot of aspect for the TV shows we all know and love. We have to give a lot of credit to the writers. Because in many ways, it's something like this Jon Snow, they've got to have good writers to be able to make sense of what, doesn't seem to make sense. So, but with that, in their thing, the biggest fear is, is to me is AI technology. Now, if you're like me, and maybe I'm just old, Again, I'm a '90s kid. We were before social media.
So,
We were before all that stuff. I don't know about you, but AI scares the crap out of me.
all I can see is Terminator in my head. It's the same. It's the same thing.
Skynet's gonna rise up and
It's
take
gonna happen.
over, and the machines, and then we're gonna have to go back in time and kill John Connor. The whole AI thing, and of course that was a big part of it because
there's some freaky stuff, man, with that AI. When the two computers were talking to each other in a language that no one could understand, and they had to pull the plug, that's scary. That's scary because the one said to the other one, it asked, "Are you conscious?" And it said yes. And then all of a sudden they started talking, and they were like, "Oh hell no!" And pull plugs. It was like, and that was a lot. That is just terrifying.
I mean, I've got a guy at work that actually uses I guess it's called Chat GP, which is basically AI. I can always tell, and he uses it to write some of his emails sometimes at work. And you can always tell it's like, really, you're going to use AI all the time? Write your own damn emails.
Same response I get from Funko every time I file a complaint.
Hey, maybe AI is writing their maybe they've hired AI to be their what do companies have, their publicists?
Yeah, sure. Because it's the same damn reply. And the one guy's like, because I complained about my last box and everything, and I got the one reply that I've gotten. I could like go back in the archive and cut and paste the reply that you've already sent me like 50 times for 50 F ups that you've already done. And they were like, could he have done anything better? I'm like, yeah, not copy and paste the same reply over and over to every customer that complains. Yeah. That was the response I gave because I knew I was getting nothing. I just might as well just kind of bitch him out a little.
With that said, it's good to know that I'm not the only one. So there is an article I found says that these are the three biggest fears about AI.
Nice.
And here's how worried you should be about them. It gets into stuff. Of course, the first one is what we fear is the AI takeover.
Yeah. Stupid people running things.
we have seen movies there. We've seen a lot of movies in some past foreshadow things. I'm sorry, but I don't want Terminator to be a future of our.
I don't want to live in the Matrix. No. So many movies.
But it definitely talks about, of course, the fear of basically an uprising, the possibilities of them being able to use AI in multiple things like military, competition. I mean there's so many different. Imagine you start using, and that's really where that uprising comes from. Imagine if they start trying to use AI into military stuff, and instead of drones, we have robots out there fighting our wars. And then of course
we need to call Will Smith.
They smarten up and they start uprising. It is because here's the thing. YouTube itself, the functionality of YouTube is not very old. Maybe about 10 years?
Yeah, about
10, 12 years, somewhere in there. We are on the very beginning of this whole AI world.
Oh, the AI revolution? For sure. For sure.
So my scary thought is we're right in the very beginning of this. Where is AI going to go 10, 15, 20 years from now?
Oh, you ain't got a doctor. You ain't got a doctor. You go to the hospital, AI just immediately knows what's up. Then AI is doing the operation. I don't want this shaky hand McFarlane over here touching me with a razor blade. No, I'd rather let the robot do it because the robot is not going to mess this up. He's not going to nick an artery and I'm going to bleed out in the operating room. Like that people will put their trust in AI because AI is infallible.
Yeah.
To a point. And then consciously, when AI consciously knows that, and that's every science fiction movie, we're going to take over because you cannot take care of yourselves and you destroy yourselves and you do these things and you want us to take care of you. And that's why I always love the directive. You know, it's RoboCop. It's the directive. You
Yeah.
know, can't kill a human, but unless I do this to help the human, then and yeah, it spirals out of control. It is freaking terrifying, man. You can some people are freaking out.
Don't worry about Alexa Quick Draw. She always stays on mute.
I
She's
love
right in
my
front of my
Alexa.
speaker, so we're good.
Don't make me leave Alexa alone. I got like 7 of them in my house.
I have quite a bit of Alexas. And mind
I
you,
don't
and,
care.
and,
I
and
don't
I'm
care.
saying I'm afraid of it.
I mean,
But I
long
think
gone before the uprising.
I guess you could say Alexa and Siri to a certain aspect are a form of AI. It's probably the earliest forms of AI
Absolutely.
out there, but I don't think that the AI we're talking about is within the same realm as that, to be honest with you. I mean,
No, that's because you're talking quantum
yeah.
computers like this. That's running through a server. That's just it's self-teaching. See,
Yeah.
that's the problem.
That's the scary part.
Yeah. See, and Alexa does self-teach. Like it learns voices. It's learned my voice, the difference between my voice and my wife's voice.
Yeah.
I mean, it actually learns those things, and it builds a profile and then knows how to answer you and say certain things back. How come every time you ask it this, it says that, but when I ask it, it says this? Well, it learned that that's what I want.
Yeah.
So, but at the same time, we go quantum. Yeah, it's like he doesn't need that cheeseburger.
Yeah.
It's gonna force some stuff on us.
And my coworkers even showed me the other day, like he was trying to come up with some sort of idea of mixing things. He's like, going on Chat GP saying, mix these two together, make it sound happier, make it sound. It's like, and it keeps coming up with different stuff. I'm like,
Yeah,
that is scary. That doesn't bother anybody.
It is pretty freaky, man, because my new editing software that I use, like my videos and stuff, all of a sudden I click the update, which is a bad idea in the beginning because you're used to things the way they run, and then you hit the update, and now I have to learn 20 different things that I used to do a different way. But it had an option which was AI, like any picture. So you give it a picture, any picture, and it probably has 20 different, I guess, pre-programmed names, or so you could hit anime, real life, like these different things on the picture. And some of the stuff that it was doing, nice fireworks,
I think I just figured it out.
Blowing my mind. You
I just figured it out.
Did you? Where's the balloons?
It's an advantage to the new computer. There's the balloon.
Ah, there it is. Nice.
I'll have to do it on big screen, but yeah, sorry. I just happened to look at something. I'm like, what is that?
But it's kind of like that. It's kind of like that. So I don't know.
So the next big thing of people fearing AI is AI causing mass unemployment. I think this is a real fear.
Yeah, because the burger flipper and everybody else. I mean, any medial job will be taken over. Even Amazon's already starting to replace their employees.
But I think also, I don't know. I'm back and forth with this because I think people like you and I are old school in the fact that you gotta
Sure.
work an honest day to go that. But there's so many kids like we spoke today want to just make their money off of something like social media, make videos, act stupid, make up stupid stuff in order to get clicks and views, and they go into that. So would that create mass employment? No, in that aspect. But I agree with you
so.
in the remedial. I think in the industrial sector,
factory work.
I mean, I think we just got finished with the auto workers strike.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're already very well automated. Now, could AI make those even more automated and smarter to do? Yes. Amazon, I wouldn't put it past Amazon in a heartbeat to basically get rid of all their workers and make it completely autonomous warehouses.
Exactly. But you still have to have an office of like 15 people pushing buttons, making sure everything's running correctly. Oh, there's a red light over here. What's that red light mean?
But
Oh,
in
it
a
means
multi-billion-dollar company like Amazon, I mean, to pay 15 people per ginormous factory instead of,
right.
2,000.
Thousands. Yeah, exactly. It's gonna happen. It's gonna learn something that you can use, infrastructure.
Learn to trade.
Yeah, because they tried to 3D print houses. You know how expensive that is, and the technology alone, you still have to have humans to run it. So it's just not feasible in that mindset. So like, yeah, go into a different learn some stuff because
Yeah.
you can't get a robot to clean a pool. Let's go.
No,
we got robots that vacuum them, but they can't add chemicals every week. They can't do certain things.
we can maybe install robot arms on you.
Right? More efficient. They took our jobs.
And then, of course, the last thing and I'm not quite sure about this one, of what people are afraid of is AI bias.
Bias.
Now,
AI
I was trying to read. It says AI systems are used to help make wider societal decisions. Systematic bias can become serious risk. So, what are we saying? AI is racist? There have been
maybe I'm touching on like the cheeseburger thing, like I said earlier, like AI bias, where it's like, you do not need this substance. You should eat this raw broccoli. It is better for you. Like, no, but I want the double cheeseburger with onion rings and barbecue sauce.
That right. What you're explaining is more what it's talking about.
Okay,
I think of it sees that you're large like me, and yes, I want a McDonald's. No, you don't. You want
right.
Whole Foods.
It makes the decision for you.
And then it's going to start talking back and say you need to eat more vegetables.
Right. Your vitamin D is low. Eat this. Whoa! I don't want that.
I think to me that's my least of my fears. If I had a robot telling me to lose weight, maybe I'd lose weight better. I don't know, but
right. Shut up, robot! You're making me feel guilty.
I know. Telling you how it is. But I don't know. Like I said, to me, there is a certain aspect that AI just actually does scare the living crap out of me.
Yeah. I mean, and the thing is, like, we won't see that for fruition, whatever you want to call it, because it will be long gone. But our children's children, those are the ones that are going to have to deal with AI doing everything for you, and then eventually it becomes so self-conscious that it decides this is better for you. And that's like I can't remember the name of the movie with Will Smith where the
it's called AI. It's called AI.
Well, yeah, they just decided that this is better. You designed me to do this for you, and I'm going to force it upon you.
Going into the same realm, I know I'm going to point out an animated movie, but if you look at the movie of WALL-E, the robot,
I'm alive.
They all ended up on a cruise ship where basically they were in front of a TV on a chair, and over time our natural bodies just grew all this. It's to me that's also. There's another movie, I don't know if you've ever seen it, that I think Mike Judd did. It was called Idiocracy. And it's scary that there's some aspects of Idiocracy that has almost come true. It's like it is a downward spiral of education and knowledge and certain aspects of that we glamorize stupidity over accomplishments.
Yeah. The Nobel Prize meets no, I could ask 20 of my friends. Do you know who won the last Nobel Prize? Nobody.
Hell, ask them where the Nobel Prize is awarded. What
nobody. That's more important than half the shit that we go through in our lives. Like, that's a big damn accomplishment. Like, are you kidding me? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. They want to know when the new Lizzo album's about to drop.
or watch videos of people getting kicked in the nuts. I mean,
there you go.
There's really
It's
a giant dumbing down effect going on here.
For sure. It's the Kardashian effect. That's what it is. The reality show Kardashian effect. I love to watch a train wreck. It's that effect.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The rubbernecking at the accident. Two people were just head on. Oh well, I'm definitely looking at that.
Yeah.
But you don't want to see it, but you want to see it. It's yeah.
It's sad to a certain extent.
Hell of a show.
This, but
I thought you guys were just talking about Funko. Nah, we're talking about AI taking over your life.
Hey, we don't just talk. We talk pop culture and all
That's
this
right.
within the pop culture run. Speaking of pop culture, we're going to talk about something that's some of my favorite. Of course, we're going to talk a little Disney.
Disney.
Other than what I was talking about earlier, there's a new article that has been coming out, and this has been in multiple. And both they're talking about Disneyland and Disney World. Let me bring this up because this is. I've heard about this. I've heard stories from friends of mine that work out in the parks. I didn't know it was this big of a problem. And this is people pooping in the queue lines.
I heard that today. Yeah, taking a leak or pooping because they don't want to lose. They don't want to lose their spot.
Yeah, I have heard because out here at Disney World, Flight of Passage, which is the Pandora area, the big ride in Pandora at Animal Kingdom, it has one of the longest queue lines I've ever seen. I mean, this thing's probably got to be at least a half a mile long. So when they first opened, I mean, that thing was a line way out past the normal queue line, and I mean, going in 3 hours. So Disney did eventually they installed a bathroom halfway into this queue line so people could use bathrooms, because I had a friend of mine that was telling me that people were literally, because right near the queue line was like emergency exits. They were popping out the emergency exits in the back and peeing off the back in the backstage area. Now, of course, this article does say that apparently cast members have said that people have done this in the middle of the Rise of Resistance queues. Now, I've been in these queues; they're kind of long, but they're very quiet. But here's my problem: these have a lot of people. Who in the hell is popping a squat and taking a dump in the middle of a goddamn queue line with about 500 to 1,000 other people in the area? What in the hell?
They're tilting and just letting it roll down their leg, right? Just right out the leg. Hell, I get stage fright. I couldn't whip it out and just pee right there.
I mean, talk about a serious code brown.
Eyeballing some people like, what you looking at? That's just insanity, dude. It happens. It has happened.
Now, mind you, there isn't even actually a job that is to be cleaning up poop, but it's not from humans. It is from horses, of course. If you've ever been to any of the parades and you get horses, you always have two cast members
scooper
following behind with a trash bucket. And to be honest with you, I've been to a lot of these parades. Those people get the biggest applause.
I windmill when I pee. Is that what you're saying, Zach?
What do you say?
I whip it back and forth.
I mean, maybe he's doing a helicopter. I don't know.
No, that's impossible. You can't do that while you're peeing.
But this is
drawing my name in the snow.
An interesting thing, and it's kind of, and it's not like
it's gone viral. Like they're talking about it on radio shows. I heard it this morning. Like, yeah,
it's not just a Disneyland thing. It's okay. It's an America thing. It's an America problem.
America thing. Don't blame America.
No, because there's no problems being said in Tokyo Disney or Hong Kong Disney.
Beat you with bamboo in the shins.
or even Paris Disneyland. It's only in Disneyland and Disney World. What is wrong with all y'all Americans?
That's what happened at Knott's Berry Farm.
Yeah, we ain't Knott's Berry Farms. Come on, man. We ain't SeaWorld either.
I don't hear this shit coming from Universal across the bay there.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, unless they're doing it Universal too, I don't know. But yeah, it's definitely weird. I mean,
I've been in some long lines too, man. Because you're like cattle. I mean, you go down and up, and you're just like. And in Florida, we have this thing called misting fans because you come down here and when it's hot, boy, these people are passing out waiting in line. So they put these fans with little misters, and you're like 10 people back from the mister going, "Come on, I can't wait to get to the mister."
But
taking a dump.
I've been to Disney World parks hundreds of times. I've gone on rides. I've been in a lot of these long queues. I've been in long wait lines. Now, mind you, being a local and going to the parks, you see the parks a lot differently than you do, when you're coming out here visiting as a guest, because, a lot of times now as a local, I can go into these parks and be like, dude, Pirates is in 15 minutes. Well, screw that. Pirates only needs to be 15 minutes. Haunted Mansion only needs to be 15 minutes. Small World needs to be 5 minutes. If it's any more than 5 minutes, there's no point in going on it.
No.
So we see it a little bit differently. But I've also come here before I moved out here. I used to come out here as a guest, and of course, in that time, you got to try to fill in, your most amount of rides you can.
Sure.
Disney does have other ways of doing this, people. You have things like that are bringing it back again after the holiday season. They have the after hours parties. These are where you spend
Speed Pass.
You have a different ticket, and it's a limited amount, and you can go on all the rides. Do that. Do Lightning Lane so you can limit the amount. But I have never gone on, even when they used to do the Fast Pass ticket system, have I ever gotten in a line and be like, I'm about to shit myself?
No.
Never.
You are one lazy individual. If you're just like, well, I think I can make 35 minutes, and you're just turtling. You got.
If anything, plan this out a little bit better. It's not like
you're going to go on a ride.
Yeah, and it's not like Disney doesn't have right when you enter into the queue line tells you how long possibly the wait time is, which is fairly accurate as time goes.
It's pretty good.
And you don't think, hey, I'm gonna go sit in this 120 minute queue line,
make it through the line
and rise to resistance when there's a bathroom right across the way from the entrance. Let me go to the bathroom before I go get in this line.
Hey, hold my spot. No one's gonna hold my spot. Are you there alone? Because like the person couldn't hold your spot.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'll be right back. You got 15 minutes before you make it to the front. And I'm out. And then
if you're trying to run through the line and you're even if you're just announcing, I gotta poop, I guarantee you everybody in that line is gonna move out of the way and let you go poop.
And not be mad when you come back to get back to your spot. It's the family of Tommy, Jenny, and Eric. They're just walk up out of nowhere. Yeah, we're just gonna get in with this couple. No, you weren't here.
No, and you do see that a lot. But they held my spot. No, whatever.
Yeah, no, I've been standing here 20 minutes. You ain't fixing it. No, but I saw you leave, and you're coming back. People at the back are like, "Oh, I just got here. I didn't see him leave." Well, yeah, he was already here.
He was running. He was double. He was doing a double bun run.
He was penguin walking.
he was farting as he was running. So hey, we give some respect. I'm sorry. I don't get that mentality. I mean, I get it maybe with kids. Kids have that.
Kids will be kids.
Kids will be kids. Sure. But if you're like my wife's awesome, and when we go to the park, she always has her bag, and she's prepared for damn near
every scenario.
Every scenario, she's awesome. So she always gets into that point where even if we had a situation like that, she's got a backup to be able to do something. But that wouldn't even be in our thought process. I mean, I'm sorry if you're the type of person that is okay with dumping in the middle of a queue line. Yeah. You just don't go to Disney World. Just don't.
Please don't.
I mean, SeaWorld's just down the road. SeaWorld's the redheaded stepchild of Florida. Feel free to do it at SeaWorld all you want. Don't do
Hit the
it,
Busch
man.
Gardens while you're at it.
Hell, their cast members, their employees don't care.
No.
Anyway, they don't even like working there. So go ahead.
They're having safety meetings every 20 minutes.
And if you're in California and you instead of going to Disneyland, go to Knott's Berry Farms or something.
Yeah, there you go. Knott's Berry. I went when I was good. I like Knott's Berry Farm. They had an animatronic Freddy's Nightmare before Freddy's Nightmare. Barnstein Bears or whatever the hell they were called.
Yeah, Bernstein Bears. Yeah,
it was Southern California, man.
But I don't know. Like I said, I was dumbfounded that this was even
hell of a subject.
I know. I was just dumbfounded that this was even an article.
I was even going to ask you because I knew you were. But Wayne's like, come up with a couple of topics for tonight. Da da da. And Wayne, Tech will probably have a few. Okay, I'll think of some things. Then I thought of 5 antiquated products that you use still that you don't really need to use that they've upgraded. So there's got to be 5 things in your life that you use.
Why would they need to upgrade if it's antiquated?
Here you go. Hand crank can opener.
We still have one.
See?
We still have it. We don't have an electric can opener. We used to have, my wife and I used to have an electric can opener. And it was such a pain in the butt that we went back to a hand crank can opener. But my kids don't know how to use it.
There it is. Exactly.
My kids don't know how to use a can opener.
A boom box.
My oldest might be able to by now. I don't know.
A boom box. You got a boom box.
I got my phone. Why do I need a boom box?
I see a lot of people. I got a boom box.
Now back in the 90s, you had to have that boom box up on your shoulder.
Yeah, the EQ on it, and
the tape deck and the EQ. Oh yeah,
sure. Mine plays DVD or CDs, but
yeah.
I got a boom box plays CDs. What do you mean?
Yeah, nowadays, yeah. Why try to improve something that everybody has a phone for? That's just
portable DVD player.
Are we still doing DVDs? Well, mind you, I'm going to say we are still doing it. We do have an entertainment system in my wife's car, and it's a 2015, so it only plays DVDs.
Only plays DVDs.
Buy DVDs.
Now, stereo system, just straight up stereo. You got the turntable, CD, tape deck, separate components.
Oh, you're talking about one of those, a whole stereo system. My dad had one of those.
We're not talking about the one that looked like a TV.
Yeah. It wasn't a TV one. He had a whole cabinet. He had his receiver. He had a tape deck. He had a record player.
EQ sometimes.
And it was all wired up with aux cables and crap like that behind the scenes. That's the last time I remember seeing one. My stepdad had one.
Oh man, we all have stuff that we still use that you really don't need to use anymore. You definitely there's definitely
I'm gonna call shenanigans on that can opener though.
Unless you're camping,
manually crank can opener, because especially out here in Florida when it's got hurricane season, you lose power like you. You can at least get tuna.
I got one on a keychain. I can.
Old. That's real old school,
military style.
But at least I can get tuna fish out of a can with my hand crank can opener.
Now they got their battery operated. It literally fits in the palm of your hand. You stick it on the can and hit the button.
Yes, I have seen those.
It goes around the thing. Now here's one. Do you go on top of the lip, or do you turn it upside down?
That's kind of like saying, do you when you put your toilet paper roll on, is it over or under?
No.
Same thing. Does it still accomplish the same goal?
No, it don't. Because you ever try to get like cranberry sauce out of a can? If you don't get, it's got the lip. You can't get.
No. I do. I've always done a can opener over. I do over, not under.
I go upside down.
I do it over, but if you're doing cranberry sauce, because trust me, I'm a weirdo, and in my house on every Thanksgiving, my wife has done homemade cranberry sauce. Nope, I gotta have the jelly cranberry sauce.
Yeah.
You gotta poke a
Soylent
hole
Green style.
You gotta poke a hole in the bottom side
so
that way you get some air movement.
That's because the lip. Because if you do it the other way, then you don't have to do. You just give it a go.
No, you do it from the top, and then you just
right out.
You take the knife, put some holes in the bottom, you're good to go.
Yeah, my problem is like I like SpaghettiOs, and you can never get all the SpaghettiOs out.
Now,
yeah, you zip, but it's still got the lip.
Oh,
so you just can't open her upside down. I think the whole thing will come out. I'll have to try to dig my SpaghettiOs out. No, that's all I got for antiquated stuff that we still use to this day.
Can't open it. And actually, there's one other thing, especially being here in Florida, that it might sound antiquated, but you should have it, and that is a crank radio.
Oh yeah.
Now, mind you, it also depends because in my house,
very long.
I have a generator. So usually, when a few times we have lost power, like during a hurricane, we'll crank up the generator. We'll power up the first goal is to power up the refrigerator so you don't lose any of your food.
Oh,
but then of course you got plenty of plugs and you can plug in your phone and then you're good to go.
Or you do the neighborly thing like me, which I had to run a damn generator for 2 weeks during the last hurricane, but I ran one extension cord from my backyard all the way to the front yard, wrapped it around the mailbox, put a little sign, charge phone here. Just to
that works.
Anybody that was driving by could charge their phone, sit there. And I every once in a while I'd see someone sitting in their car, you'd see a little cord. And you're like, oh, awesome, he's charging his phone. Don't have a generator. He's dying.
That's always a nice thing right there.
Hey man, that's how we do. It's Florida strong around here.
But I got one more thing.
Girlfriend, I'm gonna kill you.
I've got one more thing, and I didn't actually even know this until I read this. Did you realize that, of course, when Disney bought Fox, they got Hulu, right? Did you realize that Disney actually did not still own all of Hulu?
Oh, they only bought in.
Yeah. So what?
Shit! I thought they bought the whole nine.
Disney set to take full ownership of Hulu in landmark $8.6
Oh man! So Hulu caved. It was like, I guess we'll do 8.61.
It was actually Comcast. Comcast owned 33% stake in Hulu. And they had basically exclusive, they had to exercise a right on November 1st to sell its share under the put call agreement with Disney. So,
oh man, Disney, you should be more scared of Disney than AI. They're gonna own AI.
They could, but
I work for Mickey.
Here's the thing. What's funny? With I get so many people like, oh, Disney's dying and they're having a fire sale.
How can you say that?
Here, you can't, because again, you got Disney right here, Mr. Bob Iger, who is not afraid to purchase anything big. Just put up $8.6 billion
for Hulu,
Comcast.
So like nothing.
Again, the only first of all, he's also said they will not sell off ESPN. The only one that I could possibly see if they decide to sell off is ABC, because I'm sorry, who really watches cable TV anymore?
No, it's all click on demand now. I mean,
exactly. And the thing is, why I think Hulu is going to be so important for Disney is we all know that Disney Plus has not been what it was hoped to be. In the fact of them also getting it's basically been a failure for Disney, but I believe that there is something coming up on the horizon, probably in the next year, that Disney's biggest problem is they've got multiple different apps. They got Hulu here, they got Disney Plus here, they got Disney Junior over here. So I foresee that coming next year, you are going to see Disney create kind of something like Max. If you have gotten HBO Max in the past and you notice, hey, it went to Max, it included Discovery Channel, all the Discovery Channel stuff, the travel channels, things like that, all into one. that's what Disney's going. I think that's why Hulu was so important.
Yeah, Hulu's huge. I mean, because
I think Hulu brings more
shows
customers. I think Hulu brings more customers than Disney Plus does.
for sure. Because it's as much as Disney is awesome, there's just certain things that they can't touch, and Hulu can.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. They're like the drug thing. Like you couldn't do Breaking Bad by Disney, like owned and operated thing. Certain shows, certain things, Disney's just not going to do. But
technically, they are doing it because they do fully own Hulu now.
Now they own Hulu. So now they're sticking their fingers in some other pies. Just see, and that's smart because that's Disney. They're just too smart. We slow roll that, integrate it slowly. Nobody will have an uproar. I can't believe Disney's doing.
It's smart because if you're going to build it,
smooth about it.
There was success found with Time Warner in condensing everything into Max. Why? Yeah. Because a person like me who had both HBO Max and Discovery Plus, and then all of a sudden I realized that it was all in one. I mean, I canceled my Discovery Plus, but
immediately
it still has that option for the people that don't want to get Max but want the Discovery because it is cheaper. So I think having the options for both are great, but I think people like me, if I just had it all in one, it changes Disney Plus from being a let me watch every now and then when a new exclusive show comes out to a everyday app to use.
Right. So much, because that's the thing. Build up to where we own what everybody wants to watch, because all the different channels, Netflix, Hulu. I mean, there's a couple. There's quite a few different networks. Get them all in one. We'll just monopolize the market. We'll own every. Yeah.
Now there is one Hulu show that I'm going to tell you guys. If you guys are not watching this, you are so friggin' missing out.
You're missing out.
Even funny. And they actually just re-signed them to a third season. It is called The Bear. This show is.
I watched like 2 episodes. I think.
No, you got to get it into the first season.
The restaurant guy, right?
First season, restaurant is based after that. The first season was really good. A lot of people were saying, "Oh, when they got into it." To be honest with you, the second season was the best season so far, but it goes in really slow because it's got a lot of backstory. It's got a lot of this. It tells the stories of each different person. It's awesome. One of my favorite shows out there right now, especially from Hulu. And I couldn't stop watching season 2. I binged the damn thing because I couldn't stop watching it.
All right, I'll have to give it another whack. I tried with like Ted Lasso. Everybody, Ted Lasso.
I'm a Ted Lasso fan too.
I tried, and I just this. I can't do it. I just can't do it.
Check out The Bear. It's a great show. Absolutely,
will be better than Ted Lasso.
I would say it's better than Ted Lasso. It's a little bit more in there. The main actor in it is phenomenal. I can't remember. It's Jeremy something is his name.
Okay.
But a phenomenal actor. I think every part about it is just really, really good and well recommended. So if you're not checking out The Bear, you're missing time. Plus, I mean, come on. Hulu brought back Futurama.
I know, right? I'm loving it, dude. I'm so loving it. I love Futurama, man. Come on.
Yeah, mind you, this is the third time Futurama has been brought back.
Yeah, sure has.
And I actually went back onto Hulu and watched all seasons all over again.
Nice.
So, I'm fully caught up. I love Futurama. But that's all I got today. What do you got coming up there, Chase?
What do I got coming up? Oh man, I got the Optimus Prime. We're talking Funko, of course. I got the Optimus Prime t-shirt combo, Target exclusive. This Optimus, I'll just give you a sneak peek of this Opti. He is absolutely phenomenal from the new movie Beast Wars. Oh, you're gonna single me out? You're gonna single me out? All right. And that's on the cutting room floor, about to be put out. And my man JKL Awesome sent me an early Christmas gift, housewarming gift. I don't know. He's just awesome. He sent me some goodies. I'll be dropping that video for sure. And I got myself another heavy metal box of fun. I don't know who this came from. I got to figure it out. I got to do a little investigating. But I got another box. Mr. Ugly was mad at me because I didn't let him do the first heavy metal box. So I figured I'll go ahead and let Mr. Ugly do the video for the next heavy metal box of fun. So that'll be dropping here soon. And of course, you can catch me this Saturday. I can say it with confidence. This Saturday for Morning Brew Funko Review on Chase's Kingdom, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Saturday, we'll be showing us some stuff that might have come in. I don't know. We might have some guests. You never know what could happen. So grab a cup of Joe. Let's talk some Funko. And that's pretty much what I got going on. I'm still trying to get settled into the new kingdom. We're just flying around in outer space kind of right now. But, you know, the kingdom's getting back in order. Look at this guy. He's got all the production. Not fair. Not fair. I love it. I love it.
I'm loving this new computer. I keep finding
that's badass, man. I love that.
I'm
all about
I'm in Florida.
I get a little wet in Florida. There you go.
We're at Disney. We're at Disney.
Oh, there you go, Pat. You need to put that on your favorites right away.
Or we got, let's see, we got a celebration.
Run through.
Hey, nice. Thumbs up. Don't forget the thumbs up.
Yes, please hit that thumbs up.
That is
guys.
Awesome. That's an awesome feature. Hey, don't forget where to go. Come on, come back. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up.
That thumbs up. And of course, least I can't forget Bearded Barbarian Collectibles and the Barbarian Horde Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We try to. It's hard, man. Thursday night football's on. So we want to get in a little early. So we usually go for about an hour and a half. So Thursday, join us over on Bearded Barbarian Collectibles with Chase's Kingdom as the co-host.
Chat from time to time. Just
we definitely appreciate seeing you, man.
Crazy comments to the on Barbarians.
And we're going to be having Mama J as a regular. Talk to my girl Mama J, so she'll be popping in on a regular. We usually have Quick Draw McGraw stopping in. We just had our man, I know you know this guy, Nick Bear. We had Nick Bear pop in. We ain't seen that ugly mug in a while, so we had Nick pop in. JKL Awesome. We don't talk about Funko. We just have fun. We do giveaways. So come hang out with us Thursday, man. 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Bearded Barbarian Collectibles channel.
We definitely appreciate you stopping on by, filling in.
Always, man. Always have a blast.
Next week, of course, we'll be on Wayne's channel. So
cheers.
Don't forget to check it out. Here, we'll get the party popping.
There we go. Cheers.
Don't forget to hit us up on Wayne's channel. Next week, we actually have a guest coming on with us next week, and that'll be Vince from Poppin' Duo.
Oh, Poppin' Duo.
Hanging out with us
I'm looking forward to it, man. That's awesome.
He does his whatnot. I guess we get done just after he's done. So go ahead and come by. We always like Vince. Vince is a good friend of the shows. And we haven't had him on in a while. So we're going to see what's new with Mr. Poppin' Duo. But other than that, thank you all for coming around for the few of you that did. And
hit him with the tagline. Hit him with the tagline.
My tagline? Not the Wayne
your tagline. No, not the Wayne tag. Your tagline.
Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already, and don't forget to unleash your inner nerd. Y'all have a good one. And let me see. I'm not used to this part. This is Wayne's job.
This is Wayne's gig, man. Join the kingdom, be the kingdom.
He does the outros. Where is it? Where is it? I think maybe it's this one. Let's go with this one.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Sometimes the easiest things to do take the longest amount of time to get done. I don't know if anybody's ever noticed that, but before we get out of here real quick, guys, don't forget to go check our channel memberships out. These are both very new features to Mr. Techbot and myself, but we're both very proud that we have made it to this point. So go check out our memberships. The link should be down in the description below. If it's not down in the description below, you should be able to go to any one of our videos and it'll be down in the description below. So make sure you go check that out. It's super cool, fun way to get interactive with the channel. You'll get some really cool icons, some really cool emojis you can drop over in that super chat. You can drop over there in that chat so that you can flex on everybody a little bit. And don't forget that any and all super chats will go down in the description after this video is over. Give us 15, 20, maybe even 30 minutes to get it down in there. I mean, we might not be able to do it right away. You know, we've got got to eat dinner and still hang out with our family. But we truly, truly, truly appreciate all of you guys, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Have a good one.